Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the lawn. Now, finished. Let's get some rusty bits happening today. Hi, Patty. Hi, Cookie. Today, we are launching the collaboration between myself and the lovely Jenn from JennCadyFiddlyBits. Have a digital kit on my behalf, and look at that. And a beautiful physical photograph set from Jenn, which we will flip through shortly. Let me turn the volume off on my phone because that's wrong. Just make sure I'm muted on YouTube.
Hey, everybody. See everybody's coming in the chat.
Beauty.
Welcome.
I'm still getting organized because I'm so disorganized. Hi, Dawn. Hi,
you
Beth.
and me both.
Alrighty, so let's start with Jenn. You can flip through your beautiful kit, show them what you have, because I'm not organized and you are.
I don't really think I am, but I'll do it. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
So,
righty, go for it. Hi, Debbie.
I've printed this on premium photo matte paper, so it's going to be nice and crisp on the camera. And this is what I would send you if you order the kit. So there's 20 pages here, and I do them single-sided so you don't lose an image on the other side. And they come in 2 weights. So I've got this thicker stuff, which is sort of like a really lightweight cardstock, and I've got some thinner stuff that is more like paper, and I'll show you that too. So this is, I'll just go through the pages, and I'll just try to show the full page and then some up-close shots. Just lots and lots of texture. This place was really fun to take pictures at. I took pictures on site in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Dawn Marie. Hi, Tay Socks. I forgot.
That's Rosita. Hi, thanks for coming, Rosita.
Zeta. Okay, I'm writing it down. If I can find a pen.
Full of rust and oxidation and peeling paint. Some close-ups. No, these are not AI images. These are actual photographs that I took. The only altering I've done is to just sharpen the image if I needed to, or adjust the color. If the color, I needed it to look a little bit more like real life, or I wanted to stretch it a little bit, like this one is a little bit more blue on purpose.
Okay. Hey, Jenn. So this is Jenny is asking who you are. This is Jenn.
Hi.
Jenn from JennCadyFiddlyBits, and Jenn is my collaborator on this rustification kit that we have going. So Jenn's just flipping through her side of the collaboration, which are beautiful photographs, and then we'll get on to mine. Hi, Carmen.
Oops, Brick doesn't like bricks very much, trying to go slow. I really liked the places where kind of nature was creeping back in.
I love that. I love that part of that.
This place is a behemoth. It's just huge.
For those with vertigo, here's a very tall set of steps.
Right? And the other thing that is kind of handy is that when you're doing stuff, you literally are not married to the direction. You can cut it out and you can use it like a section here or a section here, and you don't have to keep what it shows. Like, for example, you could use this page this way, even though I took the picture this direction.
Hi, Linda G.
This peeling paint or whatever it is that's on the outside of this tube. I love that.
I love that the rust has dripped down over the paint and then the paint's peeled and the rust underneath. I think that's gorgeous.
Totally agree. This looks like moss to me or lichens, but this is actually, this is a metal silo, and this is just all this oxidation and peeling paint and the paint colors fading, and really fun. So this is 20 pages in this kit. And we'll talk about ordering in a little bit, but first we're just gonna enjoy the images.
Yes.
One of my other industrial grunge kits has a close-up of this lamp.
Hi, Debbie. Thank you. Why? See, hold 1 minute. Restream is being a pain in the butt, and it's not giving me all the messages. So I have to flip between Restream.
And I'll cover chat while you're showing Restream. Hey, everybody.
It's just a pain in the bum when it does. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Rachel. Thanks, Debbie. I will have a look and I will return the email. So
here's the left.
Debbie Epps has done a rust kit as well.
Yeah.
A rust, which fits in with both of our kits.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome.
It's very cool. Lots of options. Okay, that's all 20 pages of this kit. And so when we're done, if anybody wants to see the other industrial grunge kits, I will show them, but not unless people ask for them.
Okay. Alrighty. So I will show mine. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. So I have an industrial grunge kit as well, and I have printed it out true to a page because I want to use it as pockets on top of Jenn's in this book. So wherever you see 2 images to a page, when you buy the kit, it is a full page like the train here. Okay, so there's the train.
Not yet, Art Jensen.
Do we have a link?
So we have the Ko-Fi link for Di's channel Ko-Fi kit, but
I think I put the link in the preview, didn't I?
Yeah, but I don't have a link for mine. People are going to have to email me if they want it.
Okay.
I will probably need most people's contact info anyway.
See what my printer's doing? Look at it.
What, the giant border? Or
these two? No, the ink in the corner of every page.
I can't see it on Restream. It's too fuzzy.
It's like...
Well, it's pre-inked for you. See, it works right perfectly for the kit.
Yeah, but I'm going to cut that off.
Hey, Casey.
Hi, Casey. How are you? Hi, Judy G. There's the cogs. Some more rust.
Oh, I love that one.
Some more cogs.
I like how you had a blend of some of the sort of photographic looking images and then the illustrated versions as well. Cool.
Yes, there's a mix between the two. Yep. My printer, I think I'm going to have to buy a new one. So this is how it's printed out. It's grabbed the page.
Yeah, go ahead, Mo.
And started printing.
Before it got there.
Before it got there.
My printer
so these are not perfect.
Has earned the name Bertha. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but she doesn't behave. So
mine has got the B word, but it's definitely not Bertha. So there's the car in the abandoned warehouse. There's some rusty type numbers.
Those will be fun to fussy cut.
There's a workbench and just in the big mess. Looks like my craft room most of the time.
Beautiful.
Piles
A
of
happy place. And if I can't remember your name, I'm just going to use your YouTube name. I'm sorry. It's really hard to remember everybody. Cookies and hugs for everyone. Yes.
Yes, we love cookies and hugs. Oh, sorry. Happy Place Crafting is best.
Rachel says I'm going to be broke after this video. Oh, that's right. That's a good one, Mo. That's a good way to get a hold of me.
There's a car and the train again. And there's just some pipes and pipe works. Rusty rivets and things. So that's my kit. And as I said, the pages that are double here, they actually come in a full-size print. Like
I can show what they look like with borderless printing if you want, because I printed yours.
That would be great. That would be fabulous. And then you can go into a little bit more detail about how to get your kit.
Sounds like a plan. So here, so Dies has 21 pages, and I printed them on the photo matte paper as well. So it looks a little, it looks a lot like hers, but these are all done without any border on them. So
hi, Paula.
The way to get my kit is, so it's $25 for, this is Dies kit. Just, I'm going to talk about mine while I do this. It's $25. You get 20 pages printed single-sided on the premium photo matte paper. And you could buy the single kit, and shipping will be whatever I can get for cheapest. So I'll have to tell you how much that is once I've calculated it out per your zip code. And then if you buy 2 kits, so maybe you want one in each weight, like the 32 pound or the 48 pound. This is the thickness of the 32 pound. It's very much like just a paper. And then you would pay no shipping. I love this one. I just want to stop, show and pet these die. I especially love like the pipe work and stuff. And so, quality always varies depending on what kind of paper you use. If you're printing Dies kit, this is the premium photo matte paper, which does a really nice job with quality.
It's a beautiful job. Yep. I've used presentation paper to print mine on. It prints very, very well, the presentation paper, but
it's also,
it does look a lot better full page.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of what you can afford and what your printer will handle.
They are cool prints, Linda. They come out really well. Now that I've run backwards and forwards to the printer for the last hour, I'm going to
Uh-oh, are you...
I have to turn the air conditioner on.
You're digitizing on my end. Are you losing signal or something?
No, not so far.
Okay, good.
I did hear a glitch, but it was probably when I just turned the aircon on. Might have interfered.
All right. So that's Dies when it's printed without a border around it. Some printers don't like to do that. Mine does okay. Yeah, any questions about what you want? So again, this is the 48 pound, and then I also have it in the 32 pound, like what I showed you on Dies kit, which is, you can see, significantly thinner. I can show you them side by side for how much space they take up. You can see it's quite a bit thinner, but they come out with the same quality. So the images look like identical.
Yes, he could, Judy G. He could. All right.
Yes, and Casey has some of the wonderful industrial grunge from last time, so he's got some in hand already.
Yes, as well. Yes.
Yeah.
I did send him some.
So how do you want to do that? Do you want to just like take orders or have people contact us or go to your link? I mean, how do you want to do this?
So mine is live. My kit is already up and live.
Okay.
And yours, people will have to contact you if they want to buy. Is that right? Were you offering?
Yeah, so if they buy 2 kits, they could buy the same weight or they could buy one of each. Then it will be free shipping on that. And they're $25 for the 20 pages of premium photo paper.
All right. So
no pressure to anybody. I truly dislike providing pressure to people to purchase the greatest and new stuff. So for my purposes, I'm not pressuring anybody to get this, but I am happy to make them for people because they seem to enjoy them a lot. So, and I would like people to make stuff.
Yes. So, how can they contact you if they want?
So Mo put the link in there for the JennCadyFiddlyBits group in Facebook. So that's probably one easy way. And the other easy way would be to email me at, I'm going to write it out. It's the same spelling as JennCadyFiddlyBits at gmail.com. And I will need, your contact information. Your Facebook name would be helpful. And is that coming through there? And what you want. So whether you want 2 kits, whether you want 1 kit, and then I can send you a link to send payment to. I can do PayPal or Venmo. And I'll send you that link.
Beautiful. All right, let's get on with it. We're going to make a journal. We're going to make a journal over the next few weeks with these kits. I'm just making a single-spined hardback, hardcover journal with chipboard, and it will have 2 hard pages like we did in the lap book. So 2 pages with lots of flips and flaps, and then 1 single signature in between those 2 pages. That's my plan. I have just got some printed coffee dyed paper. It's all the same. I've just printed it a few times to make pages for the signature and backgrounds for flips and flaps and things. So
I had another thought to add. So
no thoughting.
Yeah, well, it might be important for people to know this photo mat paper. If you were to take like a little bit of coffee spray or ink spray or whatever and spray the back of it, it should not distort the front.
Right.
Patty, I have you down for a kit, but I don't have anything from tonight yet, and I'll check email when we're done with this live to make sure, and Facebook just to make sure I get everybody. So let's talk and make sure I confirm what it is you wanted. But anyway, I was going to say, if you coffee dye and then just use your dryer to dry it, you should be able to keep the image on one side and you can have coffee dye on the other. That's one of the nice things about the photo mat paper. I did a test to confirm that getting it wet, even on the image side, does not seem to distort it. It's not a guarantee, but it's definitely, I was surprised and pleased about that.
All right, I'm just going to make some room to get my big behemoth.
I'm going to
trimmer up
I'm
on
gonna
the
go
bench
grab some
here.
chipboard.
Okay, so I've got some 12 by 12, and this is 2mm chipboard. It's all I had in the black left. I need to reorder some black chipboard. And I'm going to cut some chipboard. So I'm going to make the cover. The book is going to be 10 by 8, 8 wide, 10 high. And I'm thinking do I want a 2-inch? Probably a 2-inch spine will be perfect for this. So we'll get 8 by 10 and 2 by 10. That's what we need. That bit we don't need. Let's get the spine cut at. Oh, is this going to go? No, I'm going to have to remove this guard for a minute. Is it going to fit in there? Maybe.
Okay, what was the measurement that you have?
2 inches by 10 inches will be the spine.
Okay. I have letter size chipboard. I wanted to make sure.
Oh, that didn't cut straight. Goodness me, I need to go. Let's try that again. Shall we? It's so thick, it's hard to cut. No, don't move. Oh. This was not planned. This was not.
Are we doing a what not to do? A what not to do?
What are we doing? Yes. Make sure you've got plenty of room. Oh, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you.
That would be really cool, Judy.
What is
She
it?
said she has some antique train ephemera that would work well with this.
Yes, I wish I had some. I'm going to have to. This is just going to keep moving. No, can't do it with this trimmer. It's just going to keep moving. I'm just going to have to do it with.
Hi, Irma.
It's not
Irma
happening.
says she rewinded the live. She wanted to see the kids and didn't want to miss any.
All right, we need this, and we need this, and we need to see. Usually, I would have these all done before I get in screen. No, not me today.
Well, that's okay. People are gonna order stuff and wait for it to come to them anyway, so you won't be that far ahead. You said 2 by 10. I think I need to cut an inch off of this baby.
I think I need to have a holiday is what I need to do.
I will never understand
Put it on the right
why they. Oh, I'll just never understand like why when they have the extender that if you open it all the way, it's not level with the rest of the thing. It's just weird.
That's why I file a notch in it, so it never gets in the way.
I like this 1 inch by 2 inch piece. Save that for later. Is that silly? Yes. Do I care? Not really.
Nope.
Not in the slightest.
Right.
Yeah, Irma, your boiled rusty kits would go well with this. It's kind of, when I was taking pictures.
Oh my God. Emma has just done a flip through of her boho journal that she made with my turquoise boho kit. I'm going to put a link below this video at the end. You need to go and have a look at it. It is stunning.
Beautiful.
And you still haven't asked for my address yet, Emma? I don't understand.
It took me a second to realize what you were doing with that. Hey, Vanessa. And Erin is here. And Carrie Barnaba.
Hi, Erin.
And Sherry Koval. That's a name I've only seen a few times. And Paula Williams.
I'm missing all the names. Hi, everyone that's just come in. Sorry I missed you. I'm concentrating on not chopping.
And I apologize if I missed you when you first came in. But I'm trying to catch people. And I'm just poking along, following Di along with you. So
the spine is what?
Please tell me it's not less than 2 inches.
Spine is 10 by 2. Okay. Writing that down. 10 by 2.
Okay. Well, I have it written down as well. And I cut myself 2 spines just in case. Because you never know.
All right, that's 8. And we need 2 pieces that are 10 by 8 inches. 8 inches wide.
Hey, Debbie.
10 inches.
Debbie F is here too. She may have been here earlier when you were mentioning her kit.
Yes, she was.
And Leah.
Yeah. You know, it's my journal. Sorry, this is taking longer than usual. I thought Big Bertha would cut it, but it just keeps moving on.
Oh, you have a Bertha too?
Oh, she's the behemoth paper trimmer, but she's supposed to do 20 pages at a time. She does 20 pages fine. She doesn't like chipboard.
Okay, what's the next size you're cutting?
8 inches wide by 10 inches high. I need 2 pieces of those.
8 by how much?
2. 10.
Okay, I was going to say, I got that wrong if I heard 2.
No, 10. 1, 0.
Oh, this is going to be interesting because 1.5. 8 by 10. I'm gonna have to get a new blade soon.
An electric one, like a bandsaw that you can just go through it. You know?
You can get that for fabric.
You can. Okay. We got 10 inches by 8 inches times 2. There's one. Run out of space already.
Good. Oh, I messed that up.
We do it so well, don't we, Vanessa? Deb's kits are gorgeous.
I love
grunge, rust, and turquoise.
I loved the way that the rust and the turquoise just were kind of, I can't say naturally occurring, but sort of naturally occurring on location.
Well, they are, because there is that turquoisey color that comes through in a patina anyway.
Well, yeah, if there's a copper content, you're going to get that turquoise color in that. But yes. I just, even in some of the paints that were in, like that were decaying in that place, you could still see the turquoise color. I thought that was really cool. I have no idea whether that was successful or not, but we'll see. Oh, cool.
It's 10 by...
Oh, there it is. See how tiny of a sliver I was able to take off and it curled itself.
That'll make a great decoration.
Well, yeah, I tossed it over here so I could use it later.
Eight, you dummy. 8, not 10.
So 8.
Welcome to my brain. It's not working.
It's okay, no rush. I'm gonna have to. You will have this where you get to see the live chat later, right? Because I'll have to go through and and subscribe to people I haven't been subscribed to before.
All right, and that's 10 by 8.
Okay, and you have 2 of those. Okay.
But the way the sharp pieces die, you don't want to cut your hands. Because you know I will. Don't need that. Don't need that for a moment. Stop. Oh, this is a different thickness. What the heck? Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine.
My cardstock's a little bit curved because I think it's hanging over itself in the shelf. So it'll take a little bit to flatten it, I think.
I have this handy dandy piece of balsa wood that is a spacer.
Oh, nice.
1/4 inch spacer. So you just line it up like so. Like so. Let's do it at the bottom. So it's not in the way. Which gives you your spacing and keeps the bottom level. They are, I think they're like $6 for a set of corner bits, and on Temu I got them, but you can get them on Amazon and all that sort of stuff. So cheapest chips, but very handy. So I'm going to use I might use the fabric tape.
I think I'm going to use fabric.
I'm going to use fabric tape, and then I'm going to go over it to cover it all anyway. So I'm just going to use this black fabric electrical tape. You find it at the hardware store or on cheap shops, Temu, whatever that. It's just a sticky fabric tape, and I'm going to use that to put them together. If I could keep my shit together, that would be fine.
Well, you weren't the only one who wasn't prepared. I took my glues in the other room. I gotta go grab them.
We're such professionals. Professionals, I tell you, we're professionals. All right. I like the 1/4 inch gap because it gives a lot of flexibility to the cover. It doesn't get bound up at all. And of course, the guys have turned up to mow the lawn. So I'm sorry if you hear the lawn mowing.
I did not hear it at all.
Oh, they've just started, so they're not close to the house yet.
Yes, that probably will not be able to do
Right.
that.
See, that gives it a lot of flexibility by having that 1/4 inch gap.
Ooh, it is going to tear. Yay! Oh, is Tina here? I saw somebody welcome Tina.
Hi, Flo.
Flo! Flo!
Yes, we're making a journal out of our collaboration kit. No, don't move.
No, that's not going to work. By the end of this video, I will have crafted myself into an 8x8 square. There will not be enough room for the journal.
You should see my floor. So I did the prompt play last night, which was early hours of this morning for you guys. And I've just basically scooped everything up off the desk and plopped it on the floor and got everything out to make this. This is why my studio gets into such a mess. So I have too many things going on at the same time. Oh, of course I'm going to drop it on the floor. Don't even have room to go backwards in my chair. Oh, get out.
If I were in my proper studio, I would be having the same problem. Instead, I'm hanging out in the sewing room.
Alrighty. So there's our cover. Woo, woo.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Okay, I'm going to wait for you.
No. You can go ahead. I can always rewatch. I'm good.
So now we want to cover this. And because this is fabric, if I was covering it in paper, I would put fabric, cheesecloth or linen to reinforce the spine. But because this tape is fabric, I don't need to do that. It's really good, strong tape. So I'm going to do a leather spine. And because it's black chipboard, I don't need to cover it at all. Probably a piece of cardstock here to cover that tape. Yes, I will do that. All right, so I have this 250 gram premium black cardstock from Poppy Craft. They had a sale on Crafts Online, and their paper cardstock was only, I'm thinking $3 for a pack of 20 sheets of this good quality cardstock, which was a bargain. So I'm going to cover
the voice,
the spine.
Newcomers wanted to know who the voice was. That wasn't you.
Oh, the mysterious voice is Jenn
in the background.
So did I tell you I bought these Stabilo all pencils from Officeworks? Had to order them in because I didn't have them. So they're the aquarellable or something. Aquarellable. Yeah, Stabilo all black and white. So beautiful. I ordered them in. They came in a box that was probably 10 by 10 by 8. And in that box was 2 pencils and the receipt.
Oh my God.
No packaging, just the pencil loose in the box.
Oh my word.
So I sent them an email straight away with a photo to say, if when I first sharpen these pencils they break, you will be replacing them. They said, of course. Sorry, there should have been packaging. Yes, there should have been.
And then sometimes I get the opposite, where Amazon will send me something that has been miles and miles and miles of paper, which is not a bad thing for me, but and then the tiny item is in a box that's like 50 times the size it needed to be.
This is going to be one of those days where I need 16. Lucky I changed the blade in all my trimmers. And I don't know if you can see that on this trimmer. I'm going to have to get a replacement. Can you see the wire?
Mm-hmm.
This paper beneath it. Can you see the wire? It's got a kink in it. The kink will actually make you cut your paper crooked. You can buy these separately with a new wire in them, which is what I'm going to have to do. Because I don't want crooked bits of paper. Oh.
So how is everybody tonight? Mom's here.
Hi, Mom. Where?
Kiss Studio is Katie Kiss. That's my mom.
Hang on.
She posts lots of videos of Penelope, but she also posts her paintings and some of her sculptures and stuff like that. So, yay!
Exactly. Let me have to go over to YouTube to be able to see.
Where you want to actually see what people are saying?
I don't know what's going on with Restream.
Oh, my glue is just out of control. Jen's mommy. Good one, Mo. So just so everybody knows, all the proceeds from any orders for this kit for me are going to go toward my doggy's upcoming surgery.
Oh my goodness! It took all that time, like 3 minutes.
What happened?
The chat to catch up.
Oh, yeah, I noticed the chat's not. I'm watching YouTube on my phone.
Yeah, I get confused because I've got YouTube on my Restream on my laptop where I'm watching, make sure we're in screen and everything, and then I've got to flick over to YouTube to see the chat. Oh, Restream, fix your game. That is ridiculous. Restream stopped about 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know it's really laggy in Restream.
And I didn't swear because your mum's here. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, goodness. No.
It's been good. I was being good.
You were being good. Wait a minute.
All right, so
mark it on the calendar.
This so rude. So rude.
Oh, Sarah's here.
Pissed all the time.
I'm probably late, but Sarah's here.
All right, so I'm just going to lay the cardstock over the spine, and I'm going to put those creases in before
Irma
I
says,
glue it
"Stop
down."
playing around, Diane, and get to work."
Another rude person. She's so rude. I didn't take 6 months to make a journal for my design team project. Come on now.
Took me 2 years to make the nautical tome that I gave my best friend.
Here's my glue. Glue. Thanks, Cookie Wookie Mo. Isn't she a fabulous mod? She's awesome.
We can show the kits again at the end really quick, can't we? In case people are, not wanting to go back and watch the beginning.
Dawn Marie, Mama Juju bought the kit last night and made a journal in a live the same night. So there's already a journal made out of my rust kit.
Does April ever sleep?
I think so. I don't think she ever sleeps.
I don't know if she knows what the meaning of the word is.
No.
I think the last time I saw her on, I'm teasing her about that. I'm like, didn't you sleep or did you not sleep? Couple hours, they said.
With me, disregard cutting this piece to cover the spine because I forgot we're actually got to do a what do you call it? A hinge system in here, so that will cover it anyway. Disregard this piece. I didn't make it, okay?
So for translation, don't do what I do.
Yes. This is where we're at. We've made the lucky YouTube is actually way behind, and apparently where are we up to?
Mine too. It's like over a minute.
Hi, Carrie.
Oh, April's here. Okay. Good.
Mama Juju's here.
We were just talking about we manifested you.
Saturday.
We totally manifested it.
Oh no, she's driving home. Get your eyes off the chat. Get home safely. No driving and watching chat. All right.
Oh,
so
that's not bad. Yay. It ended up square.
I need to think.
I'm all caught up.
I need to think of this. So I'm going to use the whole width of this A4 and just cut it down to 10 inches, okay?
Whole width. So for us, your A4 is 8 1/4, right?
My A4 is, let me just see, 8 1/4. And I'm just going to cut that down to 10 inches.
You'd think in a paper studio, I'd know exactly where all my paper was.
Juju is the Energizer Bunny, which most definitely. So she is doing the 100-day challenge to herself to go live 100 days in a row, and I think she's up to like 82 days in a row. Pretty good effort. This is not straight. What's not straight? Goodness me. It's probably me gluing it together that's not straight. So. Or it's that trimmer. So I'm just going to trim that off. What did I ignore? What did I miss? If it was...
You missed me almost dropping a stack of 300 pieces of paper on the floor, but I didn't, so we're good.
Oh, hello, lovely Leah. I thought I did say hello to you. I'm sorry. If it was Emma, I would have just ignored her entrance, but she makes herself aware to everybody that she's here. You can't ignore her.
I think that's Irma who's complaining.
Of course it is. Of course it is. She does.
She says you ignore her.
Yeah, I do. Notice how I
How
never ever
heavy is this paper that you're using for your Hinge system?
Sorry, what did you say?
How heavy is this paper that you're using for your Hinge system?
I'm using 220 GSM. I don't know what that is in pounds.
I could tell you in a second here.
Yeah, 250 GSM it is. 250. Okay, so that's going to be that wide. I need it to be 2 inches. So one hinge is going to be half. I've got to do math. You may hear burning. So it's going to be half. So each hinge is going to be 2 inches. Right, let's get the board out. Let's get the board out. So if I do half.
Hey, Create and Relate. I'm sorry, I can't remember your first name.
Brain. I've got to work this out. I have got to. That's Stacey. Create and Relate is Stacey. Right. I've got it in my book.
I haven't compiled my list in all the places yet.
I need to recut that. not going to cut it at all, just to... I may need to get a 12-inch. So it's going to be...
No.
So if I got... Let me just try and work this out in my feeble little brain. But 2 inches for that, and then I need a gap of 1 inch, and then 2 inches. Oh no, that'll work. That'll work. It will work. But I need 1.5 inches. Let me work it out, and then I'll tell you what size paper you need. Sorry, got to work this out. So I want a double hinge so it lays flat either way on either end. So I need 2 inches for that, but I need a gap first. So 2, 2, 2. Perfect. All right, so let's cut this off at 10 inches. Let me find the right. I'm going to have to do it with this because that trimmer is not cutting straight. Inches. So let's go 1.5 inches to get it over. We need 1/4 inch to go in the gap. So I need 1/4 inch, 1.5 and 1/4. I'm going to move this over to the 2 inch so that I'm not trying to work out quarters and halves and everything. So my first crease is at 1.5 inches, and then I've done another crease at 1/4 inch, which will sit in that gap. Okay. I'm just going to move it over to the 2 inch mark, and I'm going to go 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. That will be our first hinge. I need 1 inch. Wait, it's going to be... I've got to fold this so I get it right in my head. So that is going to...
Sandy is asking, is it just the covers today?
Yes, just the covers, and we may get a couple of the hard pages made.
What was the dimension on this paper that you're doing right now? What was the dimension on this paper that you were doing right now?
8 1/4 by 10 inches I've got at the moment. So that's going to go in the hinge. This is going to go this way. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. I've got to get these measurements right or it's not going to fit. It will all become clear as mud very soon, what I'm doing. All right, so there's my first hinge, and that will glue together and fold both ways. And our hollow page will glue to the top part only, leaving that bottom so that it will lay flat no matter which way it's facing. So we've got that. That's brought us to 3 3/4. So we need that's not right. We need another 1/4 inch. Another 1/2 inch. My brain's not working. We need a 1/2 inch gusset first. Half-inch gusset before we put our hinge down.
And how far was it on the left side of that? Was it 2 inches or 1.5?
Hang on.
Totally not trying to rush you.
You just get this folded to make sure that's better. Okay. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then your second crease is 1/4 inch. That gives you the space to sit into that leftover bit, you know, in the space between your spine and your front page. So 1.5 inches, then 1/4 inch. And then you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You want 5 1/2 inch scores after that. So that will give me my.
Which way is the
1/4 inch?
1/4 inch folding?
It doesn't matter. Fold it both ways, and then it will.
Okay.
Both need all of them need to be folded both ways. So.
And then 1/2 inch 5 times after that.
Yeah. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/2 inch. You've just got to make sure how far. So that makes 1/4 inch. Let's get the spine here for a sec. Once I've got all the measurements, it's quite easy. I've just got to get the measurements first.
Knowing me, I'll just keep going and going and going.
Oh, you idiot. I tell you, this is why my brain, I'm going to work it out and then I'm going to cut it and turn it the right way. Because you should be scoring on the 8 1/4 inch side, not 10 inch side.
Yeah, that would be true. Let me cut mine and do it again.
I'm going to have to cut it again. But anyway, let me do this figuring out first and then I'll cut it again. So that's 1/4.
We'll turn that into something else.
So for that, it's going to come in 1/4 inch. That there. It's going to come in 1/4 inch. From there. Once I get these, I will give you all the numbers, okay? So don't cut 15 times like me. 1, 2.
Come on, it's so much fun.
4.
You get lots of practice that way.
5 gives you 6 Once I know it all fits within the spine, we'll be fine. Everybody's probably sitting there going, what the hell is she doing? See, I'm making on the fly. I didn't
realistic crafting.
Seat of the pants, flyby, crafting.
Vanessa says, I keep getting distracted over here. Hey, Carrie.
Who's got 5 more subscribers? Who needs 5 subscribers? Kerry. Hi, Kerry. Kerry, subscribers.
Stacy at Create and Relate says just 5 more subscribers to go.
Thanks for popping in, Carmen. It's good to see you.
Hi, Carmen. Bye, Carmen.
All right, quarter of an inch. That's that. Quarter of an inch. And you need 1/8 of an inch there. Alrighty, I think I've got this figured out. So here's my book. Here's my hinge system. Fits perfectly. So let's get a piece of paper and cut it again at 10 inches by 8 1/4. And score it on the right side this time.
Hang on, Mo. Let me see if I'm subscribed. I don't know if I did yet or not. Channel. Look at that. I just subscribed to Stacy.
There you go.
So you got one more.
All right.
Don't forget to turn it 90 degrees.
Nearly put it down the wrong way again.
I was going to say, don't forget to turn it.
We just fit in. That's good. That's good. All right. So we're going to score at 1.5 inches. And then 1 3/4. 1 3/4? Yeah, 1 3/4. And then we're going to do a 1/2 inch. I'm going to move it over to the 2 so I don't get confused here. And we're going to go 1/2 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 1 inch. So we go 5.5. So a 1 inch gap, that is the space where we're going to sew our signature. Might even get 2 signatures in there yet. And then we're going to go 1/2 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, that's not going to be enough to glue down. Might have to go a 12-inch piece of paper here.
I will cheat and add paper. Add on mine, I'll just add onto the flap. and hide it wherever it needs to hide.
It's just going to be bulky, that's all.
I won't mind. I'm sure I'll find some other way to deal with that. For me, anyway.
So you need 9.
So you have the 1 inch gap, and then how many scores after? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? So could you show me
Black cards.
when you get a second?
Have to get on the floor. Sorry, people. Should have been more organised. Oh my God.
Be careful.
Oh my goodness. Black. Brown cardstock. Would you believe that I've got no 12-inch black cardstock?
That's true. And Judy says, is anyone else thinking of making a steampunk journal with these papers? And my mom says, probably Jen. That's absolutely true. I mean, this rust journal that we're making, the make along here, is probably going to be fairly steampunk themed. On my end, anyway.
Where is my Sharpie pen? So I put a black mark in here in one of my channels on my scoreboard so that you can follow it down with your ruler so that you know that you can line your ruler up with that spot and that spot and it will be straight. But I probably need it on my 10-inch. Hang on.
Oh, could you really quick show the counts of all of the things again?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with this piece of paper.
Oh, okay. Or am I jumping the gun? Is all.
I'm going to do it because I wanted it a little bit wider. I'm actually going to do it on here, but I need to cut it at 10 inches first. 10 inches.
Hey, Lindy.
A moment. Hi, Lindy. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Mom. She says, I can outswear you all.
Hi, Yolanda. What happened?
My mom just says, I can outswear you all. And I don't know if it was on purpose or whether I have no idea what she meant by that.
She probably heard me say I didn't swear. That's 10 inches high.
Congrats, Stacey. That's a good idea, DM. She says if you need to add paper, glue it at one of the tabs that stick up, and then it's not going to be quite so bulky.
I got it 400. Well done. See? Pay to be a live tart and go around to all of the places. All right. Where's my bit of paper gone?
Nobody can be the OG, though.
No. Jen
says, LOL, Jen's mom.
I tell you, Beth has got points up there for being the live tart. So she actually.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, the Katie in my YouTube name, JennCadyFiddlyBits, that's my mom. So it's Jen and Katie, basically. But she has her own channel that's for her art. And that's what she's
Terry
on right now.
needs 40 to hit 100. So if you haven't already subscribed to Carrie, go on over and do it. Okay, so your first score is 1.5.
Okay, done.
Second score is 1 3/4.
Done.
And slide it across to the 2, that last score. So we're not doing half scores. And you're going to do 5 half-inch. 1,
okay,
2,
I did those.
3, 4, 5.
I like my mom too.
And then you're going to have a 1 inch to the next score.
Done. Thank you.
And then you're going to do 5 more 1/2 inch.
Okay. That's where
2, 3,
so
4, 5. And then you're going to do another 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to slide that across to the 8. And I'm going to do 1 3/4, was it? 1 1/2, 1 1/2, 1 1/2. I'm going to chop that off there. All righty, so this is our piece. So these bits here are what will last. Let's put all together, shall we? Just so it makes a little more sense.
I've got to glue this down. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I can hold it by the toe.
Those. They can go on my ever piling pile there. So basically go the same, fold everything the same way once and then come back and fold it the other way so that they
behave themselves.
They
so they don't bind up.
Yes. It will just help with the pages laying flat.
Okay, so after that, so there were the 5 1/2 inch and then a 1/4 inch after that. Is that what?
Yep. And then you'll have.
And that's the last one?
And then you'll need a 1 1/2 inches left over to glue down.
Oh, yes. And then trim it. Okay.
That's what I needed to find the 12-inch piece because it measures more.
I almost tore that.
No tearing. Be gentle.
No tearing. It's gentle.
All right. I'm just going to quickly fold them back the other way just so that they are flexible.
Whoops.
Cookie does need a raise, but Cookie will not send me her address so I can send her a thank you card. It's just a card. I can't afford to send you anything massive because I'm a broke-ass artist who has no money. But I would like to send you a card. So nag, nag, nag. I think I've written, send me your address, send me your address, send me your address, send me your address about 1 million times, but she doesn't send it. That's all right. You'll come on live with me one day, Irma, and I will go through it step by step. This is once you figure out how many 1/4 inch it's the figuring out, and I hate math, but if I sit with you and do it step by step, you will get it easily. All right, so to glue it together, to get your hinge piece here, you are going to skip the first 1/2 inch gusset, and you are going to glue the next 4 1/2 inch pieces together.
So like this side?
Hang on, I have to go back to Restream to see what you're doing.
With the 1/2 inch piece in the middle. Sorry, 1 inch flat in the middle.
You've got too many. You've got too many. You only need 2 hinges, not 4. So the first
I've got the whole thing folded. So here's the 1 inch middle.
1, 2, 3, 4,
here's
5.
the first ones. The first ones you're talking about, right here.
No, we're only doing 2 pages. How many you've got? So see those 2. So you're going to use 4 of those. See how I've got. Going to. There's your 1/4 inch gusset at the start. Then you're going to put 2 of those together as a hinge. 4 of them all together with 1 hinge.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Wait a minute.
Now my glue went dry. Stop distracting me in the middle of gluing.
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
I'm going to have to look at that after you fold it to see what I'm needing to see.
All right, so I'm going to fold that one.
Yeah, me too, Debbie. If I see it in writing, it's a lot easier for me.
All right, so you've got your 1.5 inch glue downy bit.
Yeah.
You've got your thing. You've got your 1st inch gusset. All right, so that first 1/4 inch one is a gusset. And then you're going to glue the next 4 1/2 inch ones together, so that you've got 2 bendy bits on that.
Okay.
All right, so that bit is, there's your 4 1/2 inch, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to glue them together. So you've got 2 folds in that flappy bit, and your page is going to glue only to that top half. Then you've got your 1/2 inch.
I can see why you would be doing that, to get a little bit more flexibility and page turning.
And then you leave.
I have an extra 1/2 inch where it doesn't belong.
So you've got your 1/2 inch, then you've got your next 4 pieces that you're going to glue together, and then you'll have a 1/2 inch before your spine crease. But this is what you have. Hello, Mama Juju. Welcome, welcome.
Where'd my thingy go?
So
Here it is.
Your next 4 you're going to join, glue together. So
yeah, I'm sure you only want a 1/2 inch space between those.
Sorry? No, you need an inch in between.
Well, that's what I Okay, that's what I thought.
So an inch in between.
Okay, got it.
So you'll have 1/4 inch gusset, 1, 2, 3, 4 half-inch ones glued together. You'll have your inch in between, the next 4 1/2 inches glued together, and then a 1/2 inch gusset before the seam. So this is what you will end up with. And this is what will go in your spine. So I'm thinking, now you can make this decision with me, how we're going to sew our signatures in. We're going to sew them into this. In that case, we will need to put cloth on the back here. Or we're going to put holes straight through the spine and sew them through the spine.
Well, you know, I was thinking about that when you were doing the other kit, and I thought it would be kind of interesting to, for what I was wanting to do, it would be kind of interesting to do a visible stitch on the outside of the spine and sew like broken jewelry in with it. You know, if I mean, you know what I mean? Like have that show on the spine of the book as you stitched them in. But I don't know if it's truly necessary.
Are you thinking like a Coptic stitch or something like that? That's something I've never done. So this could be an experiment for both of us.
Yeah, I'm not really sure the mechanism that I would do. Although, you know, the decorative stitches that they have, like the pretty X's and things like that, that might, I don't know if that's too complicated, but I haven't done one of those either.
See, I got this leather that I was going to put on the spine, I was thinking. But if you want to do a decorative stitch,
oh, that was really cool too.
That's fine. I thought that with some stud work or something would be really cool.
That would be really cool. No, that would be cool too. I don't know. I'm open to whatever we do, because my main goal was to get the kit done, so that,
because I've got these rivet type brads, and I thought they would look really cool on here on the leather down the spine, or beside it down the spine. But you've got to make this too, so this is not all just about me, young lady.
well, I don't mind making ours slightly different too, and it gives people more options to choose from.
So I was
as long as you fit into your brand master plan. Oh wait, somebody said,
I think you've got room enough to do just one signature in there anyway, or you could do 2 thin signatures.
You heard nothing.
Once you've got the measurements down there, it's quite easy. That's it. That's what you want to look like. Yep.
Who was it? Said Carrie said she'd just get a new piece of paper, but it won't matter because this isn't going to be visible by the time I'm done anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not going to hurt it to be slightly creased where it doesn't need to be. What?
What?
I don't know.
All right, so work out what you're going to do. If you're going to sew through the spine and have your stitching shown, you glue this down now and poke your holes through the whole lot. I would probably still put some fabric down the center here to reinforce the paper. if you're going to sew it just onto this and then glue it down, you need to put fabric on the back here. So decisions. I just did snort laugh. I need a drink.
I did that earlier. I don't think we were live.
After that. That was a real mind. I was going to say the F word, but I won't. That was a real brain strain. Brain strain. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to glue it down, go through the spine?
I'm going to be brave, and I'm just going to glue mine in, but I had to add a little extra. My gusset wasn't in the right place. So I'm improvising.
What I'm thinking, if I put this down the center of my spine, I'll have to cover this first, cover this. And then I put, where are those brads gone? Then I put a row of this down either side.
Are you on the outside?
I'm on the outside at the moment, just thinking about how this is going to work. So if I put a stud through, just let my brain tick over here. If I put I'm going to put the spine on this side just for a moment. So,
you know, the only problem with actually being on live with you is that I don't get to cause ruckus in chat.
If I put that down the side, oh yeah, that's going to work. So if I poke these studs through, they're going to actually come through on the other side, on the inside, on these 1/2-inch gussets. And I can just cover them with paper anyway, so that's fine. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to go sew my signatures through to the outside, and then it'll get covered up. The signature will get covered up with this leather and paper, and that's my plan. I'm gluing it in. So I'm just going to put glue down to the start of those little 1/4-inch gusset things there.
I think I'm going to put a layer of fabric on the outside of my spine because I'm probably going to punch through, and I want it to kind of be reinforced already. And I am just using fabric I have. I'm not buying fabric specifically for this.
Yeah, I've bought nothing. I've bought absolutely nothing for this book. I'm using what I have.
And I'll probably alter it later, so what I'm putting down here isn't really going to matter.
Where is my big tube of glue gone? Go away, Mr. Millman. What's this? This is gel medium. That's no good. Don't want gel medium. I want glue. I might just use this for a minute.
Irma.
What's she doing? Is she causing havoc?
Yes.
Girl, needed a drink an hour ago. Maybe if I did that, I would be able to master the spine. So make sure you're well lubed when you come on and private craft with me so I can teach you how to do it. did you drop your link in so people can go and have a look at your, I should say, my beautiful boho journal that you made for me?
Stop bullying me, Diane.
It is stunning.
I'm never going to get anything done if I'm laughing too hard.
I am. I'm inventing on the go. This is designing on the fly. I had no idea where I was going when I started this. So you're on this adventure. So buckle up. They say buckle up, bitches. All right, let's get this in here first. Line it up. Line it up.
Easier to print it with that.
Oh my God, I can't see. This light is shocking.
Oh, speaking of can't see, I went up to pick up my glasses at the optometrist yesterday, and the doctor had made an error with my astigmatism. I put them on, and it looked, when I looked in the mirror, it looked like my head was too far forward on my body. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh, I won't be able to wear these. I would be sick. So back to the drawing board.
Don't you hate that? Can't get this shit together.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. Isn't it, Leah? It is absolutely stunning. The journal is gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you. Can't wait to have it in my hands, Irma. When are you mailing it to me? Whoever ends up owning that journal is one very, very lucky person. It is stunning. And I thank you, even though you took so long to make it, I thank you for working with my kit.
John Marie says, what, Jen? Gray wool plaid does not match the rusty industrial theme. Well, this is a gray polyester houndstooth, and it probably won't be visible anyway. So it's strong, readily available, and won't interfere with the coloring of the kit if it is visible.
I need to get this. All right, so before you glue this bit down, you need to get that worked right in and let this bit dry in the center first, because it will rip it up and bubble if you don't get it dry first.
My phone folder is in the other room, of course. Okay.
Oh,
Find reinforce. That's even worse. It won't be seen, Don Marie. It won't be seen. And it is. Use what you have, right? But look. So even though it's not really going to be seen, check it out. I mean, the colors kind of match. Kind of.
That's ugly. Fabric is ugly.
Yeah,
Don't
it
wear
is
in a
ugly.
dress.
It's not going to be seen though. Hey,
right. I'm just
you're
going to
let on a pig, right?
I'm going to let this scent a bit dry before I glue down these flaps, but I'm going to work the folds into the flappy bits so that when I do eventually add it, it won't buckle and it won't bend, bubble, and all that sort of stuff that stuff does sometimes. Looking good.
Okay, now let's bury this. Or mostly bury it, or all bury it.
So, that being said, I'm going to lay this piece of leather, and I think I'm going to leave it in its raw form on the spine.
Oh, I like that. Did you glue down the entirety of your insert? Or
no, just the center, just the spine part, and work with your bone fold into those folds. Let this dry before you glue those bits down. So my plan, Jen, my plan, Jen, is to put this leather down, but I'm not sure whether I want it shiny side or I can't. It's got writing on it. Damn you! Who wrote on that? I would have loved the velvet side. Darn it!
Whoever was marking the leather for sale.
Can I hide it? If I put it on this way and I put the leather down the center, pretty much hides most of it. So pretty much hides most of that writing. So I think I'm going to go with the velvety side. Let's just glue the spine first. So bossy, Irma. You're so bossy. I'm sticking it on there. Hello again, Casey. Welcome, welcome.
Proper hello. I love it. Jen's mama.
Yep, the writing is getting covered. That leather plaiting stuff will cover that.
Covered. This is going to end up getting painted, so that won't matter. This. Don't rip the paper, Jen.
I'm using quite a lot of glue because the leather is quite hard to glue down. I'm using glaze paste. I'm using glaze paste to glue it in. Oh, I'm going to whack this down, and then I'm going to go and get some water to put my brush in because I'm so bad at doing that.
All right, I need my bone folder.
All right, I'm only gluing on the actual spine part of things, not here, because I'm not sure whether I want this over the top of whatever I put down. Which I think I do want it. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that unglued. I'm just gluing that. This is going to go in the center. I need to figure out where the center is.
Penelope, what are you doing? You betcha Casey has a fun laugh. It's very infectious. That is correct, Casey. You have the all 3 originals.
Lucky boy. But I have all 3 originals too. I'm a lucky girl. As soon as I get my backside and send Debbie the mic kit, she'll have all 3 too, maybe. So that's my plan, is to put the leather down, put these studs down the side of there. But I need to wait for this leather to dry before I do that. So excuse me un momento while I go and get some water for my brush. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Jenn and I need to show the people your kits again. That's what DM says. Okay, well, I'll start.
What's the matter?
They want to see the kits again. So while I'm waiting for my spine to dry, I'm going to move some things aside and show this one. And I'll just kind of flip through while Diane's doing that, and you can see. So this is my kit, and it's $25. And if you purchase 2 tonight, you'll get free shipping. And I say 2 as an option, meaning you could get 1 in the 48-pound and 1 in the 32-pound. Are there any? These are all different prints from what you have, Casey. There are some similar things. But none of these are repeats of the other kits. Brand new kit. Make Jenn big. Judy wants me to be big.
Make you big. Hold on. Wait a minute. Make you big. There you go.
Start over.
I'll sit over here and wreck my brain trying to figure out these.
Gives you a moment, a breather.
No, because I'm figuring out measurements. So if I make those pages 7.5.
And if you can hear, this is the 48 pounds, so it's slightly thicker. It'd be great for like pockets or journal cards. And Leah could tell you a little bit about that because she made journal cards for her train journal. And then this is a new weight for you guys, and this is the paperweight. It's much thinner, can be used in signatures really easy. It's very bendy. So let me just keep going. Thanks, Mom. It's easier for me to keep track of everybody who wants some if you just send me an email rather than me writing it down. I don't want to lose that. And plus, I'm going to need your info anyway. So I know I might have your info from a previous order, but it'd be better if you just send me an email so that I can confirm I have all your correct information. And then I can do Venmo or PayPal, and I will send you that once I receive your request. Oops, I'm going too fast.
Brain's ticking over here. It's almost working. So that is...
I'm almost done with this one, and then I can show yours if you want. I love this page.
Yep, you've got a better set printed than I do because I printed them half pages. So yes, please.
So that's the 20 pages of, and it's printed on premium photo matte paper, so there's no shine to this at all. I mean, of course, if you like shine, that's like potentially an option, but I don't really have any on hand. So, okay, where's yours? Yours was right here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna craft-a-lanch it again.
No craft-a-lanches.
Nope, too late. I just have all
it's too late, Ethel. She'd be mooned. Yes, the part of the street.
Okay, well, you know, only us die. Only I would lose a kit that was literally right in front of me a moment ago.
Oh my goodness.
It's here somewhere. How did I do that? There's that. There's that. Oh, here it is. It was just buried in the middle. That's all. Okay, and then this is what dies look like printed on borderless letter size, US letter size paper.
Don't look, Ethel. Yes.
Yeah, it's 32 pound and 48 pound are the weights of paper that I have. This the lighter weight is very paperweight.
10.
I love these gears and refuse.
10 1/4. 5, 7 1/4.
If anybody wants to see an example of one of my mom's paintings, there's one in the shop. The JennCadyFiddlyBits Etsy shop. I haven't put my kit in there, but the the printed kit in there, but one of Mom's paintings I put in there. Right, Casey? And look, Casey, I thought of you when she did this one.
All right, I'm just working out the size of the pages if you want what I'm doing in the background here. Then I can...
Cool.
Got one put together. You won't.
We're almost through your kit here. We've got 6 or so pages left. Don't look, Ethel.
Don't look, Ethel. But it was too late. Mooned.
I thought the same thing too, Debbie, that Diane's kit kind of looks like what would be inside all the places that I took pictures of. The innards. And I love these like as, you know, part of the signature pages, like where the journal stuff could be. And I do plan on copy dyeing the backs, just single sheet copy dyeing. Thanks, Mo. Okay, that was Diane's kit printed on the same photo matte paper. I did mine on 32 pound because I wanted to use them in the signatures of this project. Okay, you can get off me now.
Oh,
off me. Is that what you say? Get off me?
Get off me.
Get off me.
Get off me. Right, hang on. I'm nearly there.
Okay, I'm going to set all these aside so that when somebody else asks, I will be easy to get.
All right, let's get rid of this for a second. And get up my scoreboard again. So I have cut 2 sheets of paper. Let me write it down. That are 7 1/4 by 10 1/2.
Is this the same weight paper that you used for the Hinge system?
Yes, same weight paper.
Okay, 7 1/4 by 10 1/2. Hey, look, I can use one of my.
So I have cut 2 of those. You'll need 4 of them altogether.
Nope. I have to use
I'm going to score them at.
Oh no!
My phone folder. We're going to score them at 1/2 inch. Why is that so crooked? Oh my goodness!
7 1/4 by 10 1/2.
I tell you what, I am getting really jacked off with these.
Your trimmers are not behaving, huh?
Trimmers? That's way off. 7 1/4. Look how crooked that is.
I'm sure you'll do some amazing stuff, DM.
I am disgusted. Disgusted, I tell you.
You said you needed 4, right?
Chris, is that your mum? Yes, I do have 3D gears. I've got this box full of gears and clock handles and all sorts of stuff that are going to go into this book. Yeah. And they will all move. Most of them will all move.
Carrie says it's crooked because you measured.
Exactly, Carrie. Exactly.
Okay, well, this could be a mistake, but I am going to cut all 4 sheets at once.
Well, I was thinking about that, but this is meant to be able to do that, but the way this thing is making things bend at the moment, it's crazy.
Yeah, Victorian wedding dresses were often black, but that's probably for a reason.
Let me put my garlic on. Let's see if that helps. What the heck? And what's happened here?
Okay, 1.5. For better for worse. See if it worked. That's what I was thinking, Judy. I didn't lose. I set him aside. I won't lose him, Irma. Irma. Why do I keep calling you Irma? Irma. Okay, 7 1/4, Jen. 7 1/4.
All right, let's see.
7 1/2.
See, that doesn't work. It just, this thing gets in the way. It breaks off. It moves.
Well, you're just having a hell of a time, aren't you, Di?
was glue last time. Now it's trimmers. Trimmers are my bane of my existence. Let me get my pile out. Move. Move.
No tripping over the dog. Oh, I think I did it. Now she gave me the right my measurements. I have done it, I think. Hey, Beth.
7 1/4 by 10 and a half. 7, 10 and yeah, 10 and a half.
Yeah, okay.
I know this one won't cut anymore.
By
10 and a half.
10 and a half. Okay, we're good.
Oh God, this one's not even cutting. Goodness sake.
Dawn says. Oh, that gives me chills, DM. She says she still has her great-grandmother's Victorian black wedding dress.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mom was telling people how Victorian wedding dresses were often black. And of course, then everybody was joking because they knew what was coming.
Sorry, Jen's mum, but I'm about to swear. I'll probably get banned from Facebook, YouTube.
You're going to get into YouTube jail before we finish the live.
What happened to the live? She dropped the F-bomb again.
I tried on my grandmother's wedding dress when I was 12. It probably wouldn't have fit me after that, but my mom's mom.
Oh, for
Loves that.
sake. Let's get rid of the scoreboard. That's probably what the problem is. That's exactly what the problem is.
My mom's challenging you. She says I can swear more.
I bet you can't. I bet you can't.
Casey says mother ducking trimmers. Adria!
It's Winnie Woman! I won't this.
Roseanne is here. Hi, Roseanne.
Hi, Roseanne.
You mean I'm actually
Hello.
That's amazing. I'm like the slowest person on the face of the planet.
All right, they're cut. And if they're not straight this time, you're going to see that boomerang happen. Gonna chuck a tanty. I'm going to send that Kaisercraft, the Big Bertha, back because this keeps falling off. It doesn't cut straight. Everything moves.
Well, that's no fun.
Pissing me off.
Wilhelmina's here.
So, scoreboard. On the 10.5-inch side of each of these, what do I do with it, mate? You're going to score at 1/2 inch.
Oh, okay.
1 inch.
Every 1/2 inch, or just
1
inch on
just every one. One
1/2 inch
on
each.
piece.
Okay, I can do that. I got that.
Got that. Right, let's get rid of that. Put that back.
I really need to find my other thingy.
Where did my other? Oh, it is. fold those over, each and every one of them, and burnish it well.
Whoops. My little knobby is kind of small for this process, but I like it better than using the plastic thing that comes with it.
Okay. Then you are going to glue one of those 1/2-inch flaps to make sure the flap is folded down to the end with no flap on the other piece of paper. Make sure it's all straight and lined up. Flip it over and glue the other side.
Now you're like a speed demon. What is going on out there?
What the heck is going on?
Well, there's like stuff either making the windows rattle or hitting the house. I'm not liking the sound of it.
So you end up with this sleeve.
Now, so can you show me again where you glued?
Yeah, so you've got
side of the flap.
Your 1/2-inch flap. You're going to glue the piece that doesn't have a flap on it to that flap.
On the
but make sure that your flap on the
of it, but on the outside of it
is laying down. So yes, you're going on the outside of the flap with the piece.
I got it.
Make sure your other flap on the other end of it is facing
the right
down.
direction. Yeah. I can see where that would become a problem.
Okay. So yeah, just line it up with the bottom of the piece of paper. Make sure it's sitting level. Level. And if it's over a tiny fraction, just snip it off. That's fine. That's fine.
It'll be fine.
Flip it over and glue it down to the other flap.
Thank you, dear.
I will try to remember to write out a cut guide for the pages, the Hinge system and our covers, and I'll put it in, I'll link it below this video. So if anyone wants to make this along with us and hasn't followed any of my half-assed instructions, that will be written down because I didn't think about what we were going to make. So
I don't think that's good luck, Leah. I'll take good luck instead of the other half. Don't make me do it again.
Made a mistake. Let's start again. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Them's fighting words.
So when you finish gluing your bits, you're going to come back and miter the top of these hinges. Hi, Colleen. How are you?
Oh, you must have seen her come in before I did. I was looking for where she was, and my chat must be behind on the YouTube thingy over here. Yes, that's true, Debbie. Written directions would help build along with the playback video.
Yeah. I'll get there. I'll write them down. Can't write them down if you don't know what you're doing. We're flying by the seat of our pants here. But I will. I'll write them down and I'll put them in this video.
It should have been named the seat of your pants justification.
Yeah. Rusty pants. All right, so have you got your book?
Yeah.
No, you're still gluing.
I'm almost done.
You're still gluing.
I told you.
Okay, so with the flaps, the hinges here, look at all these wonderful people subbing to each other. This is how we grow our channels, having such a fabulous community like we do, full of awesome people.
Well, and since we can't all live next door to each other, it's one great way to support each other.
That's it.
Too many channels
support each other.
Do my best to catch everybody once in a while. Well, too many.
All right, so with your hinges here.
Oh, man,
sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. I'm getting crap on my page.
Okay, so with the hinges, you've got the 2 half-inch pieces on one hinge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 half-inch pieces.
Yep.
You're going to miter that first top half-inch.
You got it.
So it looks like this. All right, so do that on all sides. Just makes it easier to slide the page on once it's done. And we're not going to slide the pages on until we finish decorating because it's too hard to decorate them in the book. But you will see that this is how your page slides on, and you're only going to slide it onto the top half of that double hinge, okay? To that first, slide it down there.
That'll fit nicely.
So then it will fold flat both ways.
I like that.
Okay? That's how it's going to work. And then we'll have our signature or signatures when we work that one out in the center between those 2 pages. So let's make this page 1. Back of that is page 2. Page 3, the back of that is page 4. All right? So we can put our book to the side for now. And we will work on these. What time is it? It's 12. We've been going for 2 hours. I think we might leave it there with the making side of things. I think we've pretty much covered. So we've got our book cover made, we've got our hinge system made, and we've got our pages made. Yes, I will put all the measurements down into the description box later. What the hello is that? What the hello is what? What's what? April?
I don't know. They're talking about dog farts again.
Oh, snakes they're talking about. Okay.
Somehow
talking about snakes.
A lined. Oh, I see. What hello was that? It's a lined snake. Okay, I get it.
All right. So I think I'm pretty much done with the start of this book. I hope you enjoyed my mess, my brain, how my brain works.
I had fun.
It all comes good in the end. All comes good in the end.
I did bring, for those who don't have the original industrial grunge kits, I did bring copies of those if people want to see them, but if they don't, or if they want to just email me, I can show them what they look like.
We can do a quick flip through. That would be great.
Okay. Let me cut off the rest of this stuff that's not going to be seen anyway. There, that'll hide better. Okay. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh,
Every time mo comes on, that's what it goes through my head. So,
show us your stuff.
Show us your stuff. Okay. Where'd it go? I had them all right. Here we go. I just buried them is all.
Yes, please go subscribe to anybody that you haven't subscribed to yet, because they all need followers, all need subbies.
Yep. So this is, so Casey, you'll recognize this one. You have this. This is the original Industrial Grunge Backgrounds kit that I created. It's the same price as the kit that we released tonight, or from my channel I released. It can come in either weight. There are also 20 pages in this one. And I call this backgrounds because most of these are done in such a way that you can kind of put them any direction, and they're designed to be backgrounds. I'm just going to go kind of quickly. I don't want to take up too much time here on Di's channel.
We have a gum tree in Australia called a painted gum that looks like that rust dripping down. It has pinks and blues, and it's just amazing.
I remember the picture you sent. That is just super cool.
Yeah.
Everybody loves bricks. Bricks and metal.
That's cool.
I love these blue pages. This is what color the steel was in person. That's why it's so fascinating.
Crazy. Love it. Who's at $6.99? Who was that masked woman?
And there's the page 20. So that's the original.
Carrie
that's
needs
the original.
one more hobby to get
What's
700. What? Carrie needs
one more. Well, hold on, Carrie. Let me see if I can see if I'm subscribed. Yeah. I think I am. I'm not. Yay! I thought I was already subscribed, but I wasn't. So I was the last one. Woohoo!
700. Yay!
Okay. And this is the what do you call it? Like a booster kit that goes with that. This is only 10 pages. So it's $12.50, not $25. This is called Abandoned Doors and Windows.
Oh, that's cool. People look at me strangely when I walk through towns and I see a door and I have to take a photo of it.
Right.
Or a log with
I was getting tiny strange looks.
We went to the we had a barbecue the other week at the Botanical Gardens, and everyone's looking at the turtles and the water and the begonias and whatever was in the hothouse and everything. And here's me down at the old dumpy log that's rotting, and it's got these tiny micro mushrooms growing in between its little creases. And here I am taking photos of those. Yes.
Yep. Okay, so that was Abandoned Doors and Windows.
I know, Cookie, isn't it amazing?
And then this one is kind of one of my favorites. This one is called Abandoned Mechanics. And it is also 10 pages. And again, they can come in either weight. This just happens to be the thicker one. And I'll just show you after this. I'll show you a really quick one. Oh, by the way, the length of this building is like 2 football fields almost. It's crazy long. These are like as tall as my house, these gears. If not taller. They are literally huge.
You'll get there, Carrie. You'll get there. Got to get some videos up there. Get some videos happening. Make YouTube aware that you're there, baby.
And here's the close-up of the light I was telling you about.
Yep.
And these are giant, like, pulley tracks, and I think they carried bins of some kind of ore.
Yep. There's a show that I watch on YouTube regularly. I've watched it right from the very beginning, and it's one of those, it's called Escape to Rural France, and it's got this guy that's bought this chateau in France that was burnt. All the inside was burnt. It used to be owned by the Chanel company, the people that started Chanel. And she fell asleep in her chair with a cigarette going, and the chateau caught fire, and it went up in flames. And they're rebuilding it. And when he first started, he had a battery drill, a battery saw, and he lugged steel beams and wood and everything up shaky ladders. Right, it was scary. And there's 5 floors in this chateau.
Wow.
And he has done this all on his own. And then he got some help, and then he got some sponsors, and he got some better tools. And like they had to dig out 4 meters of rubble, and there was trees growing in it and everything. If you ever get a chance to watch it, he's been going a couple of years now, but he's up to doing the turret at the top of the tower, like the turret at the top, and it's all clad in copper. So there's got these very bright, shiny sheets of copper, and they've folded it. People, that's absolutely amazing, and made the guttering fascias around this turret in copper, and the rest is all in oak and slate tiles. And they're coming in and doing it. It's just fascinating to watch how far he's come, as well as what he's actually doing. And he's making all the windows by hand to put back in, and the stuff that they've had to pull out, that rusty water tanks that were header tanks in the bathrooms of 5 floors that they had to cut up and throw out because they had holes in them and stuff. It's just amazing.
Wow.
If you ever get a chance to watch it, Escape to Rural France, it is amazing. Anyway, that was my little story. Sidetrack, squirrel, if you want to call it. That's fascinating. All righty.
So that's the original kits, and an example in black and white, and the one from today. And then I showed you a couple of times. Does anybody need to see dies again?
Oh, you're good. You've seen them. You'll see them while we're making stuff. So,
yeah.
So next week we will start putting flips and flaps and things on the pages. And we'll see how far we get then. Probably the week after we'll start doing the decorating and things. Got to do the basics first. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I will endeavour to get those measurements in today, if not tomorrow. I do have an appointment in an hour and a half, so we'll see how long that takes. Thanks, everyone, for being here as usual. Thanks for subscribing to everybody. We love that about you.
And I will subscribe. I'll go back and I'll go back and subscribe to people I haven't touched before. So that sounded really weird. That's not quite how I meant that.
Stop touching people, will you? Please.
Let's keep it PG now.
Sure, there's laws against that.
So any of these kits, even if you wanted this one in black and white instead, I can do that. So just if you email me if you want the kit, if you remember, if you buy 2 tonight, you get free shipping. 2 of the $25 kits, you get free shipping. You could buy 1 of a $25 kit and 2 of the 10-page kits for the same price. So $50, you get free shipping. Just touching people. No, I'm just cutting the pages. Thanks so much, everybody. So thanks, everyone. A lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Jen. This was awesome. I'm glad we decided to do this. I will email Debbie Epps as soon as I get a chance. So I've got that in my notes to do. And we will catch you all next week. Tomorrow, before we go, tomorrow's live is Darcy from, let me get back here. Darcy is from Darcy's Mixed Media Adventures. And cool. She's going to show us how to make wonky houses. If you haven't seen the picture, it's on the promo, and she's also got a post on Instagram with these. So, out of breath now. And then next week on the Use It or Lose It, we've got Mariah from PM Artist Studios, and then T from Not Afraid to Colour. We've got some great stuff coming up, so don't forget to come and watch. Woo-hoo. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm going.
I'll take a look, April. Thanks, everybody.
All righty. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. I'll catch you later. Now I've got to figure out how to get out of here. Love you all. Yes, I'm sure.